Wonderful, thank you.
And
Yeah,
you can go ahead and begin.
Okay, sure. Okay, we're going to skip this one. So, okay. Good afternoon. My name is Juan Calahorrano. I'm the current Director of Operations with HACIA, which is the Hispanic American Construction Industry Association. I've been here with HACIA for 6 years, but I've been associated with HACIA since 2007, and I know at the beginning when I first came for the first 2 years, I did some work with DPS. I learned about DPS and what DPS is all about, and I did some work. I know in the past we had a couple of contracts, training contracts that we executed for DPS, mainly in the area of safety. I can say we were successful in training maybe 130 participants that went to the training programs, which included OSHA 10, OSHA 30, scaffolding. There's a couple of other ones that I can't recall right now, but they were successful, providing certifications to the participants. Yeah, so HACIA, founded in 1979, is a 501c3 organization, and the name, the acronym for HACIA is the Hispanic American Construction Industry Association. And since the beginning, for the last 42 years, we have worked in promoting the equity and growth participation of our members or the construction community in general. There's three major pillars, I would say, for HACIA. One is the advocacy side, what we call partnerships and services, and I'm going to go to this in the following slides. This is just basically by the numbers we talked about the HACIA membership. We're currently about 300 members, about 65% Hispanic-owned business, obviously the other 35% are not Hispanic, which includes African American, Asian Pacific, Caucasian, and also non-minorities in general. So we got 300 members, and our membership is composed of contractors on the trade, general contractors, some developers, some professional services, architects, engineers, construction management firms, and also there's some businesses that are indirectly interested in the construction industry. They offer other services, supporting services to our members in the construction industry as well. And we do represent the small sole proprietorships, so individuals that are doing maybe $100,000 in business, operating out of the van, all the way up to the big general contractors and developers and professional services firms, and obviously there's a lot of between those members as well. Our members can become part of our committees. We've got several committees that work to ensure participation. Some of our what we call ad hoc committees that are be created for our special events. But then we've got a year-long committees such as the contractors, professional services, sustainability and membership. And like I mentioned, like something like the finance committee, the golf committee, the banquet committee are created for a particular purpose, could be an event or so. Little information on some of our committees. Our contractors committee, it's been around since I've been associated with HACIA, seeks to promote and create an environment for collaboration, solutions, resources, to advance strategic opportunities within the public and private sector. So we do some training programs. We do events such as be the general contractor. We partner up with our member firms and set up either one-on-one with our members or set up a meet and greet events in which we bring the contractors and the voice of their opinions, or maybe learn about opportunities with the general contractors and how to do business with them. We do a yearly event at White Sox Park, and we gather about 25 participants, and some include some general contractors, some developers, and also our members, subcontractors that come in. And the purpose of that is to provide a network environment, meet and greet, learn about each other, and hopefully that'll be creating some opportunities for business in the future. On the professional service side, we just revamped that committee. Now we focus on two main areas, which is civil and vertical construction, and we've got about 40 members in this committee. Of those 40 members, 39 are all in engineering firms that do a lot of work throughout the city, the state. So one of the committees is working what we call a civil working group, and they focus on working with IDOT, CDOT, and Tollway. And on the vertical side, we've got another group that looks to do work with Capital Development Board, CTA, Department of Aviation, the Public Building Commission, or anybody else that is in the group as well. And also with this committee, we do 3 major events. We do a yearly event with aviation. We've done it the last couple of years. We're looking into inviting Jamie and her team probably in April to do an event to talk about our current opportunities on the engineering side, planning and design, what's coming in the next 6 months, maybe what's coming in the next 2 years. And on the past as well, we have done an event with the railroad, with Class 1 railroad companies here in the state of Illinois. There's about 5 or 6 of them that have participated in the panel discussion event. And the Roads and Bridges event is an event that I believe that's the first one we ever did as a professional services committee. And that's held on a yearly basis around November at the East End Club here in downtown Chicago. And we invite I think I got another slide that shows. We invite the heads of Tollway, IDOT, CDOT, and I know the last couple of years we have invited the Cook County Department of Highway and Transportation. So once again, they'll come in and talk about our current activities, opportunities. Members will ask questions, and also there's a lot of meetings at a time. And it's very successful, and we usually get about 150 participants. Our sustainability committee, we got what is revamped sustainability committee, and this section to promote sustainability in projects. We got one of our architectural firms as the head of this committee, and last year we did an event, what we call Mundo Verde. I believe it's the 4th event that we have done. Previously, back in my first 2 years at HACIA, we did a couple of events, and back in 2017, we started again the Mundo Verde. And last year, we held an event in November at the East End Club. We invited the current Chief Sustainability Officer, Angela Sobal. We also brought somebody in from Denver in the same capacity, and one of our other members, Alicia Ponce from AP Architects, who's heavily involved in sustainability, participated in the panel event, just talk about the industry and what's going on and what's happening. And our membership committee, meets every month. The main objective is to review any member applications. And throughout the year, there's about 3 to 5 major events that they host. A happy hour event, we do those a couple of times a year with the main purpose of socializing and networking and hopefully meet some potential partnerships. We also do what we call a new members breakfast. We invite a new member, just bring them in quarterly, and talk about what HACIA is all about, try to go to a presentation so they can learn. And like I always say, to take advantage of becoming a member. And the newly formed Mujeres of HACIA, Mujeres de HACIA, is a new group that just started late last year, and the ladies held an event. One of the major areas that they wanted to focus is on golfing. I thought many of them wanted to learn how to golf, and there was an event that they held, I think it was back in November. And one of those golf outing places that is in Naperville, I believe it was. So it was very good attended. It was the first one, I believe, yesterday. They had a training workshop that focused on cash flow, presented for one of our board members. So we talk about some of the stuff that they interest not only this group but also other companies, which is in the area of financing. It has to be cash flow. We also hold an event, a spring event. We held the second event last year, Golf Outing. We have a yearly event that is held in August, but this time around we held the second event because people were asking about it and members were asking about it, so we need to promote. And other events are very successful. We usually get 172 golfers that participate. There's an auction with a goal to collect some funding for operations here. And our biggest event that we ever had is the banquet event, which is hosted by the banquet committee. This year is going to be March 8th at the Hilton. That would have been our 43rd annual event, but since nothing happened last year due to COVID, so we're hosting our 45th annual event, and that brings on an average about 1,000 participants. We give out awards to in various areas of related to general contractor, member of the year, professional service of the year. It's very well attended, so anybody hasn't participated, I encourage you to attend. Those who have participated in the past, we want to thank you, and hopefully you'll continue to join us as well. Something else that we got this year is the HACIA Scholarship and Education Foundation, which is a 501c3 non-for-profit organization. And the main purpose of this organization is two areas. One is to provide training, capacity training to business and their employees in the construction industry. But the other side of it is to raise some funds and give out scholarships to students that are currently attending a major university here in the state of Illinois and focusing on the construction area, which is to be an architect, engineer, construction management, project management, and over the last 15, 20 years, we have given about $750,000 in scholarships to over 250 students. And we have provided about 200 training to over 200 companies. This is a picture of the students that are receiving a scholarship. I watched it last year, but they're going to be presented with a full scholarship, actually, in an annual banquet. So we've got a mixture of ladies and gentlemen here. So once again, the scholarship committee, we do the golf outing, we do a holiday party in December, and we do what we call a developers cruise in September. And once again, those are focusing in collecting funds so we can go ahead and give out scholarships to the students. And this is the flyer actually from last year's party. I know this year will be held on December 1st at the same place as the club. And there's always opportunities for a sponsorship, different levels of a sponsorship at the company reviews. On the advocate side, I know since I can't remember 2011, we've been focusing on coming up with some bills maybe for that favor the community, not only our members. So this particular year, we gave a couple of plaques to some of the legislators that help us with a couple of the bills, and we've got Senator Harris and Representative Juan Davis, along with our Representative Delgado, that were critical of passing a couple of bills for and the minority business enterprise to ease the process from becoming an Wbe certified company with the state of Illinois. If you're already certified with the city of Chicago and the county. I want to thank them on that. We met with the Latino caucus last year on the local side, just to let them know what our members are looking for, what the organization is doing, and try to get support in some areas that we need to. At the training development side, I noticed a picture of one of the last trainings that we did. We did a certification training for project management. We had about 22 participants that attended the 40-hour session. This training was sponsored by one of our members, which was Bank, and individuals went through the 40 hours that preparing to go ahead and take a test and become project managers. And, so that was all free, thanks to Winter Bank. Now, what I want to talk about is some of the current stuff that we're doing, and we're on the training and development side. We have been granted a grant from the state of Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, and with that, we're going to be providing two different types of training, one on the pre-apprenticeship side for individuals, for the workforce, and the other one will be on the small business side. So on the pre-apprenticeship side, we'll be providing training to pre-apprenticeship for the electrical, what we call general construction, and the electrical and general construction side will be presented here in Chicago, and we'll also have other training that's going to happen in Aurora and the city of Elgin. And the city of Elgin providing training is brand new to us. We have done that in the past in Aurora. So we're currently recruiting for these programs, and we're looking forward to the participation, and hopefully you guys can help us promote this capacity. On the contractor side, business side, we offer 4 different type of programs. One we call Into the Construction Management, and that's over 100 hours worth of training, talking about different areas. There's a corporate side training, OSHA 10, business management. We offer training on reading blueprints, how to put a pitch together. And there's one session that will be held in here in Chicago, and there's another one in there's one that was going to be hosted in Elgin as well. And over the last 2 years, we have partnered up with Innovation DuPage and also College of DuPage. We offer 2 different programs. One what is called Owner CEO, and the other one that is called Construction Business Management. And those 2 are for companies that are mainly focusing to do work in the areas of DuPage, maybe Kent County, and so on. and we're currently taking applications for that as well. The other one in medium and advanced classes, those are individual courses. We're providing a total of about 24 different courses and workshops, and those, you don't have to register for all the training. You can pick and choose what you want, and those will be starting hopefully mid-March, and before here in Chicago, and a new training program here in 650 West Lake. And the other one that we have also is the Online Business Essential for those individuals that don't want to participate in a face-to-face training, but maybe they're far away, like different areas of the state. They can log in and register for Online Business Pro. There's 5 different modules that are being offered. One's on the program management side, the other one's on the marketing side, the operations side, we've got one on finance and entrepreneurship. So those are all free. If you want to call the office, 312-575-0389, or look it up on our website, www.HACIA.org, and call us, send us an email, get some more information. Once again, that's completely free, and just adding to the portfolio of the training that we've been providing over the last few years. Just a little bit of our upcoming events. We do host membership meetings on the second Wednesday of the month. I know the Chief Procurement Officer, the new Chief Procurement Officer for the City of Chicago, Eileen Vasquez, will be presenting. We have got other 2 projects that will be presented as well, and this is a good place to just get more information about those projects, get more information about, in this case, what's going on with the Department of Procurement Services, and also do some networking. We got some committees that's only for our members, for the membership meeting, and in March we have our awards banquet, and on March 22nd we got an event which is called Breakfast for Success training program. So that's basically it, and some of our upcoming events all the way up to June. And once again, if you want to get information about our training programs, feel free to contact us. Contact me directly to HACIA, and I believe that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Juan. Thank you for also mentioning your normal meeting that you have every month, and our CPO will be presenting at that meeting, Eileen Velasquez. So if you have not met her, or would like to partake in that meeting, I strongly encourage you to sign up. We will be back with Juan during the Q&A session, but I am going to take the controls back, and I am going to introduce our next speakers. So our next speakers are from the Business Leadership Council, and today we have Avis Lavelle and Cory Thames. They're going to take you through I thought that I had fast forwarded. I thought I was in the right place, but I guess when I went back to make that comment. So I will let them take their presentation. So without further ado, from the Business Leadership Council, I introduce Cory Thames and Avis Lavelle. So Avis, feel free to take it from here. And then just let me know, when you want me to move on to the next slide.
All right. Thank you, Jackie. You can move on to the next slide. It is our pleasure to be here with you today and participate with these assist agencies. All of us, while we approach things differently, we all share the same goal, which is to increase the capacity of small and minority businesses to be able to be successful in the marketplace and to build capacity in the workforce. So my name is Avis Lavelle. You can go to the next slide. I am the executive director of the Business Leadership Council. You may know me from many of the different things that I've done in the city of Chicago. formerly the president of the Chicago Park District Board. I've been a consultant running my own company for more than 20 years. I was the vice president of corporate affairs for North Star Lottery Group. I've also been the vice president of the School Reform Board and an assistant secretary of Health and Human Services. And if you've been around long enough, you might even remember me from having been a press secretary for the mayor of the city of Chicago. And I am joined today by my colleague, next slide, Cory Thames. Cory also has done a lot of laps around the city of Chicago, although much younger. Cory is formerly a deputy commissioner in the Department of Aviation and a deputy director of the Obama Foundation and a deputy chief operating officer in the office of the city clerk of Chicago, as well as an assistant to the mayor for governmental affairs. And then currently chairs the board of the South Shore Chamber of Commerce and is on the board of trustees for Chicago State University. And we share with you these credentials, not to brag about these credentials, but to give you some perspective on the fact that we have set where many of you are on both sides of the table, in the private sector, in government services, and all of that. And we use all of these experiences to help inform you about the experiences we've had and how to be better prepared to work with government and to be better prepared to work in the private sector, which is, of course, the ultimate goal for you to be able to work in both sectors. Next slide, please. I'm going to turn it over now to Cory to give you a brief overview of the Business Leadership Council, and then I'll come back to talk with you some about the courses. Cory.
Thanks, Avis, and good afternoon, everybody. As Avis mentioned, I am Cory Thames, and I am honored to be here this afternoon with you to be able to talk a little bit about the Business Leadership Council and ultimately some of the things that we have going on. Just to give a little bit of a foundational overview, the Business Leadership Council was launched 12 years ago to support Black business and corporate leaders in making the Chicago area economy more inclusive and equitable for our community. The essential goal is proactive leadership, collaboration, and execution. Many of you may know some of our founding executive board members, the likes of John Rogers, Jim Reynolds, and when they created the BLC, they did so under the guise that there was no, at the time, organization that really had the overarching interest of the Black business community in mind. And so with that, birthed the Business Leadership Council to be able to take that place. Next slide, please. So how do we achieve our mission? So we're committed to achieving African-American participation in the local and regional economy in proportion to our talent and population through three areas: advocacy, business development, and mentorship. So on the advocacy side, we're advocating for the growth of Black businesses so that we can hire and support from our community. With regards to business development, we're participating with corporations and government entities in our local and regional economy according to our talent and population. And then lastly, with collaboration, we are tapping into existing experience of high-performing members and effectively transferring these skills to newer or less experienced members in order to help proteges advance. We have a pretty broad and diverse membership at BLC, and so that last point is one of the areas that we are especially passionate about, is making sure that we are tapping into some of the technical expertise that exists within some of our more experienced members, with some of our more junior members that are kind of learning the lay of the land, getting their feet wet within their respective industries. Sorry. Next slide, please. So BLC has companies that span more than 25 industries with more than 170 total members. So 70% of our membership base consists of CEOs. And our members' companies are highly concentrated in financial services, consulting, legal services, information technology, real estate, construction, as well as a host of other areas. And just to give you a brief snapshot of some of our firms that we're most proud of, we happen to have among our ranks the largest Black-owned investment bank in the United States, the largest Black-owned security firm in the United States, the largest Black-owned mutual fund company in the United States, as well as the largest owned construction firm in the U.S., and the largest Black accounting firm. So we have, like I said, we have a wealth of talent and an array of different industries represented. And so our goal is to really make sure that we are building a pipeline to some of these opportunities that exist within the city of Chicago and more broadly. Next slide, please. And with that, I will turn it back over to Avis to give a little bit of overview of some of the trainings and other offerings that we plan to offer. So Avis.
Thank you, Cory. As of March of 2022, this year, we'll start to offer trainings and other continuing education offerings because the BLC really wants to redefine its mission. We started as an association that was in support of the organizations that were a part of its membership, but our mission now is looking more outward as well. And we want to do more helping to build capacity at the grassroots level and helping to build generational wealth through encouraging collaboration and partnerships. So the goal of these offerings is to leverage the technical expertise that exists within the BLC's executive leadership and its members to develop a curriculum that helps create viable expansion for businesses on the ground. And through these trainings, we feel like the participants should immediately be able to walk away with skills and abilities that they can apply to help ensure the success of their business and strengthen their capacity to avoid some of the pitfalls that almost every business encounters at some point in time or another. Next slide. So these trainings and offerings will, the courses that we're developing and have developed are not limited to, but let's talk about a couple of them because these are some that we feel like may be particularly pertinent for the audience that we're speaking to. I'll let Cory talk about the first couple and then I'll talk about the second.
Thanks, Avis. So up first, we have doing business with government. And I think at its foundational point, we all know that how important it is for businesses to get their certification. So this course will look at the basic fundamentals required to become certified as an MBE, WBE, or DBE. So participants will learn what's needed to garner some of the tips of the trade from facilitators who've gone through the process firsthand, with hopes of avoiding any mistakes that, as Avis mentioned, some of us are undoubtedly set to go through as we kind of journey through that process. The second one is developing your organizational structure. So this course works with small businesses on assessing the company's org structure. So participants will do a deep dive to ensure that they have the right people in the right roles that are required to grow your business and ultimately take it to the next level. In addition, the course will cover ways to develop existing talent as well as reposition folks in the event that a situation is not a good fit. Prime versus sub. So this course will take a deep, hard look at a company's capacity and assess their ability to scale from sub to prime. Participants will assess bonding abilities, workforce capacity, and a host of other topics needed to make an informed decision as to whether your company is ready to become a prime or should remain a sub and continue to grow. And then lastly, assessing your risks. So this course looks at a business's risks to ensure that they have the necessary safeguards in place to protect them in the event of an unforeseen circumstance. So participants will focus heavily on their insurance needs as a method of protection. And I will turn it over to Avis to talk about a couple of the other offerings. Avis?
Some of the other offerings, thank you, Cory. Business Expansion 101. And this course is designed to help business owners examine their operations to try to determine how to successfully expand their businesses. That includes re-examining what it is that you're doing to make sure that you're playing to the strengths and that you are perhaps ready to move away from the things that you don't do well or things that others could do for you to free up your production capacity. So it gives you a good clear-eyed look at your business and how to move forward in that regard. The profit and loss, it sounds so simple, but it's really a question of truly understanding, are you making money? It's a critically important course because I'm sure some of you would not believe how many businesses have been in business for a long time without really knowing if they're really making money. What does it really cost you to sell what you're selling, whether that's goods or services? You need to have a clear understanding of the entire cost of your product. Whether you're selling sandwiches or jet fuel, full cost accounting is required, and this is an essential course for really understanding your business at the fundamental level. Another thing that is essential and most businesses don't have but should is crisis management. This is a proactive approach to preparing for your worst case scenario. It's not like there won't ever be trouble. Trouble is coming, and the best approach is to be prepared for a crisis. And you can't get ready for a crisis when you're in a crisis. You need to have a plan that's ready to go just in case. And you need to re-examine that plan periodically to make sure that it still is a good, solid plan for where you are versus where you were. And then the last course that we're going to talk about today is correcting course, because it's important to recognize that much of what we learn in business and pretty much of what we learn in life comes as a result of the mistakes that we make and the pitfalls that we encounter. It's okay to make mistakes, but because everybody does it, but you want to learn to navigate through your mistakes and learn from the mistakes and the pitfalls to be more successful. So these are things that this course addresses. Okay, next slide, please. So from here, we'll take any questions at the end of the presentation, and we will also, we have contact information. We'll put it in the chat box. It's on the last slide. You can run through the last slide, please, Jackie. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Avis and Cory. That was a wonderful presentation, a wealth of information. I always say to business owners that we do try to share all types of information, and you have heard from 2 organizations, 3 people, and they are different as far as their help is concerned, but all is beneficial for any business that you might have. So if you can't use it, I always say, make sure if you know someone who can, let them know where they can find it, because this is some great information and everybody should know it. Our last speaker is from the Women's Business Development. And I am going to turn over the controls to Katherene Cuza and let Katherene take us. So if you'd like to share your screen, Katherene, we will let you take the last presentation on through before we get to the Q&A. He's here.
Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, they can see it. Go ahead and take it over.
Perfect. Thank you so much. My name is Katherene Cuza. I'm the Director of Government Contracts at the Women's Business Development Center, where we ignite business growth. And with that said, I also want to stress the fact it does say Women's Business Development Center, but we also have a lot of men who are clients and who come over for assistance. And so we always welcome both men and women to come and talk to us. So the Women's Business Development Center was founded in 1986. It's a recognized leader in the field of women's business development and economic empowerment. Our mission is to support and accelerate business development and growth, targeting men and women, and serving all diverse business owners in order to strengthen their participation and impact on the economy. So we have our programs and services here listed. We do coaching, contracts, and capital. So our coaching, we have strategic one-on-ones and group business advising that we do. The strategic one-on-ones, we really dedicate and hone in with each and every client that we have, any issues that they are facing, whether it be about proposals, just if they're wanting to learn about government contracting, or issues that they've had with certain contracts, we're there to help advise them, as well as doing group advising within their own business, or with other business as cohesive learning. And then we also have our specialized cohorts that we do. There are about 8-week cohorts that we host. Some are on some is with the city of Chicago, which is our Govcon city. And then we have our Govcon airports that we also do with CDA. And again, both of them are 8-week cohorts, and they're very intense 8 weeks where you're talking to industry leaders. You're learning different tactics, and meanwhile, we're still doing one-on-one advising with each of the participants in the cohort to make sure that they're getting the best out of everything that is being taught to them. We also have our online and on-demand library where we host a bunch of different workshops throughout all of our different teams and services. We have our Procurement Technical Assistance Agency, that's the PTAC team. There's about 9 different PTACs in the state of Illinois, and the WBDC, we are one of those. And so we host different workshops from intro to government contracting to writing proposals, putting together your capability statements, basically everything that you need to get yourself ready. We have a workshop for you there. And so we have our on-demand library that you can always go back and research any workshops that we have done in the past, and you can view them at your own leisure. Then we also have our contracts where we help with both private and public sector with different contracting. Again, the PTAC helps with the government contracting aspect. So if you're looking to do work with the city of Chicago, we're there to help you, give you information on how to do that, navigate their buying plan, and any open opportunities that you would see through any of the city and state local agencies. We're there to help you with any of those contracts, and ways to also leverage your certification, and to talk to you about the different certifications that would be needed. We also do the WBE certification. However, at the WBDC, the WBE certification, which is Women's Business Enterprise, is for the private sector, and we certify through Wbe. So if you are looking to do private work, we would most likely help you and have the best outcome there. If you're looking to do government procurement, we would advise you to go to the city of Chicago to apply for the WBE, MBE, and DBE that they have there as well. And lastly, we have our capital team, which they are there for financial education, debt and equity placement, direct lending. They have all of the tools needed if you're looking for access to capital, from small business loans and grants that are available. They are the key people to talk to, and be able to help you in those regards as well. I also do want to say, as one of our new group advising that we've started to do, we have what we call our Govcon weekly huddle. And we say, bring your hurdles to the huddle. So if you have any issues that you're facing, it's a collaborative space that we have. And we have about 15 participants that attend, and it's done every week on Tuesdays at 11. And each month we hone in on one certain topic. For the month of February, we're talking about capability statements. So if you have any issues, if you want feedback and you want to showcase yours for feedback, not just from the WBDC and the PTAC team, but as well as other small business owners and industry leaders, it's a perfect time to showcase yours and to ask questions on what's needed. Here you can see our contact information. We are still doing things virtual, but we do have our office space when things open back up. And you can see our email, phone. You can also follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and on Instagram. And we also, for the Govcon Huddle that I had mentioned, we also have a new Facebook group, which I can have emailed or add to the chat. I'm not sure if I have that option. If you're interested and would like to join the Govcon Huddle, you'll get a bunch of different information and tips and tactics on there, or any workshops that will be coming up down the pipeline. Thank you, and I hope to answer any questions that you may have. And I'll turn it back to you, Jackie.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Katherene. So now you have heard from all three of our organizations. So we hope that you have gotten information that you can use. And right now, you all have done a wonderful job, because I don't see anything queued up in the Q&A panel. I know that there has to be questions. So if you have a question, feel free to put that question in the Q&A panel by clicking on your Q &A in the right-hand side of your screen. You can ask a question. So feel free to go ahead and do that in the Q&A panel. If you're trying to ask me a question, you can just send it to dps.events@cityofchicago.org. dps.events@cityofchicago.org. Gosh, no one has a question. Well, I'll go back to each one of you, and I'll do it in reverse order at this time. If there are no questions at this time, feel free to Katherene, to just give us one last tip or information that perhaps you didn't put in your presentation, but you want them to know. And then I'll ask Avis and Cory to do the same. And then we'll end up with Juan at the end. Feel free to, give your last parting comments to our group here.
Okay, perfect. I guess the last thing I could say also is that at the WBDC, we are here to help all small businesses, from men, women, minority-owned businesses to women-owned businesses, and all of our services are 100% free. The only one that you do have to pay for, obviously, would be the WBE certification. But other than that, our services and our advising is all free. So I can't stress enough how important it is for you to take advantage of that. We're here to help, and we're here to make sure that you succeed and get those government contracts that you need and want.
Okay. This is Avis Lavelle from the BLC, and the point that I would like to make is that we are probably the youngest of these three assist agencies, and we realize how important it is to be able to get a foothold for businesses in the public sector with public sector contracting. But our goal is to work with businesses, all businesses, so that our members have the capacity to be able to partner and grow large enough to become primes. So we know that you have to start somewhere, and we are happy to have our businesses learn how to be subcontractors, but our goal is for our businesses to ultimately grow in their capacity and develop the ability to be prime contractors. And that means being able to partner with women-owned firms, Hispanic-owned firms, majority-owned firms, just to be successful and to be large enough to do it on your own.
Good, good, good.
Juan?
This is Juan Calahorrano once again for HACIA. Yeah, I guess the same as everybody else. I mean, we're open to any member that wants to join us, become a member. Like I said before, take advantage of our offering. A lot of our programs are free on the training side. We don't charge anything. We just want to make sure that, especially with the cohort type, that you're committed to participate and attend. Sometimes some of those programs are 2 days a week, 4 hours each day, and there's definitely some type of a commitment you're going to have to participate and complete it. Many times we have our members come in and do some training as well. So the expertise of them being on the field, understand maybe being in the same place that you are, and he can provide us some pointers on how to grow and how to sustain your business. So reach out to us. We assist with certification. We don't certify anybody, but we can assist you on putting your certification. Answering the question, we got a certification as well. So once again, reach out to us, www.haciaawards.org. My name is Juan Calahorrano. Number is 312-575-03. Thank you.
All right, I think we got one question, and I want to say this perhaps would be for Avis and Cory. The question is, I am in the industry, the insurance industry. Is there opportunities out there in private and public sector for that?
It depends on the kind of insurance you're writing. Obviously, you have to be seeking to write commercial insurance and large-scale liability and things like that. There are opportunities. They are generally large opportunities that would require a fledgling business to be able to partner with an established major offerer of insurance.
All righty. Also, let's see. I think. Wait. We might have one more.
All of us offer assistance in becoming a vendor with the city of Chicago. Yes.
Right. Do you assist companies with becoming approved vendor with the city of Chicago? Well, they don't have anything to do with the approval process of that, but yes, they do assist you with achieving some of the requirements and navigating through the paperwork and the various areas of getting a contract. So yes, they all help that, and that's the reason that we bring them to you, is so that it is oftentimes a bid might be out there and we can answer questions as far as requirements are concerned, but they can help you navigate how to structure, as some of them told you today, your statements and things so that you can achieve getting some of those contracts. The information is spot on, so you can get some of those contracts. So I would say look out for these workshops working with assist agencies. We have a host of them that we work with. If you want to see a copy of all of the assist agencies, they are on our buying plan, the last pages of the buying plan. We also have a link on the website that goes directly to the assist agencies. So I would say, if you are interested, the thing to do is go on that list and see who might be in your area. That's how you decide. Go on the website, look at all of their information on the websites so that you can see the best assist agency to help you based upon what you want to do. I do thank my guests today. I thank Juan Calahorrano from HACIA. I also thank Avis, Lavelle, and Cory Thames from the Business Leadership Council. And then last but not least, I thank Katherene Cuza from the Women's Business Development Center. I say go and research their websites, contact them, be a part of their outreach, because they are there to help you. And so we hope that you have gotten some of that, just a pinch of that help in today's workshop, but you will go forth and more help from them. Thanks to the participants for coming on the workshop today. We hope that you will join us for more, and stay tuned in the future for more. I say to you, stay safe, stay well, wash your hands, social distance, wear your mask, do whatever it needs to take, get your shots, get your booster shots, so that we all can be in a room together where you can network in person in these workshops within at the city of Chicago. Thank you so much to all my guests and to the participants, and you all have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you, Jackie. Have a great day.
Thank you, Katherene. Thank you, Medea.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Jackie.
Jackie.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Take care.
Cory,
Yes.
I will reach out to you. I do have a question for you.
Sure.
So I will call you after this. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, everyone.